pretty much a regular here at Farmer City, shows a lot of speed. And also out there, the 89 of Austin Friedman, and the 0 of Matt Fabrius. There's a good look at Matt Fabrius and the Bullet chassis there, rolling off of turn number 4 in our first session of hot laps here tonight. And they'll all be trying to get themselves locked into this $2,000 to win Farmer City 74. Austin Friedman, the 89 there, he picked up the heat race number 1 win there on Friday night. Mike McKinney picked up heat race number 2, the driver out of Plainfield, Illinois. And Jared Thomas, 43, seen him back there in the pit area as well. He locked himself in, winning of heat race number 3. And then Zeke McKenzie, the driver out of the state of Indiana, the number 24. He was your heat race number 4 winner. So Matt Fabrius there, the 0 car. There's a good shot at Austin Friedman. And there's the 26, Cameron Pierce, going to roll out onto the racing surface as well. Matt Fabrius, one of those cars trying to lock himself in. He finished 1 spot out in that 4th and final heat race there on Friday night before Mother Nature rained on our parade. And there's a 64 car as well. That's Bryce Scheidler out of Crawfordsville, Indiana. The 64 HP machine on the side of that one. And rolling out on the track now. Down the front straightaway, already locked into tonight's show. Your 3-time defending track champion out of Pontiac, Illinois. That's the madman, Mikey Ledford. Tim Luttrell in the 99. There's a good look still on FloRacing, the 64. And down the front straightaway, here comes Zeke McKenzie in the 24. One of your heat race winners on Friday night. He'll be starting up front in that $2,000 to win feature event, which will happen here later tonight. Monday Night Lights, James. A little bit different for us. Normally Friday Night Lights here, but we're going to call it Monday Night Lights here for your open wheel modifieds. Open wheel modifieds run weekly here. Michael Ledford, currently your track points leader. He's won 3 of the first 4 nights. The youngster out of Pontiac, the driver they called the Madman, Jeremy Nichols, Trevor Neville, Caden McWhorter, and then the 26 of Cameron Pierce, who we've seen out there just a little bit ago. That's your top 5 currently here on a weekly basis in your open wheel modifieds. There's the look at the 14. That's Ryan France out of Lovington, Illinois. For those watching on the Flow broadcast here tonight. And there's our veteran flagman, Rick Isaacson. A staple here in Central Illinois as a flagman. He's going to turn him green here. And as they go here in hot laps, we'll try to get some times across. Right now, the 99 Tim Luttrell, the quickest so far. Once again, there's a look at the 14 of France. There's Cameron Pierce, 26. Driver so far, Zeke McKenzie quickest, 14.587. Michael Ledford, not too bad there, 15.028. Still a little slimy out there for these guys, as the checkered flag will fly on your modified hot lap session number 1. So Zeke McKenzie paces the field there in hot lap session number 1. Matt Fabrius, Michael Ledford, Tim Luttrell, Alan Stipp, your top 5 there. And we'll get ready for our second set of cars for hot laps. And the first one of those cars to come out onto the racing surface will be the 777 Elite chassis out of Mackinac, Illinois. That'll be Trevor Neville. Behind him, there's Jared Thomas in the 43. He's locked in the show. Deegan Dozart in the 17D. He's locked in the show as well. Behind him, Tanner Sullivan, the Bullet Chassis out of Pontiac, Illinois. He's locked in the show. Behind him, former track champion out of the Peoria area, the 25W, A-Dog Alan Weiser. Behind him, Ray Bollinger in the 77. Another driver locked in, Caden McWhorter, the youngster in the 14 car, locked in as well. Also out there, the number 44 machine. There's a good look at the Peoria driver, Deegan Dozart, off of turn number 4. A regular here on Friday nights, sponsored by Jimmy's Lock. And then there's a good look at the Mike Alsop Chevy Buick Bullet Chassis of Tanner Sullivan. New to the modifieds this year, has picked up several feature wins here in the past in the street stock division. Looking for a good run here tonight as he's already locked in the show. There's a good look on our front straightaway speed shot there at the 777 of Trevor Neville. He picked up the feature win on week number 2 and finished runner-up last year in the points here at the Farmer City Raceway. And the green flag is going to fly here on hot lap session number 2 for your open wheel dirt car modifieds. We'll see if anybody can top Zeke McKenzie, who set the pace in that first hot lap session. There's a good look at A-Dog Alan Weiser. A couple of years ago, finished second in the late model of the Farmer City 74. There's Kewanee, Illinois' own Ray Bollinger, the Nutrient Ag Solution 777. So far, Zeke McKenzie still the quickest in that first group. There's a good look at Trevor Neville and Thomas. And Zeke McKenzie's going to stay on top of the speed charts here. Jared Thomas will be the quickest here in the second set, 14.899. Trevor Neville fourth quick. The Madman Mikey Ledford will stay fifth. Alan Weiser will end up sixth. And the youngster Caden McWhorter seventh, 15.272. Ray Bollinger, Tim Luttrell, and Alan Stipp will round out your top 10 there in dirt car modified hot laps. And now, James, it's time to turn her back over to you. It looks like we got some hot laps for some B mains.
All right, Tyson, thank you very much. Glad everybody joining us tonight here at Farmer City as one B main. That'll be hot laps for them. And then we'll have the B main here in a little bit, and then there'll be hot laps for the A main cars. There's Brian Shirley. He'll be on the pole of this UNO8 second B main. He's out of Chatham, Illinois. The Bob and Lisa Cullen Thompson Express entry. In that 3S for Knoxville Late Model Nationals winner. Behind him, the 99M. That'll be Dresden, Ohio's Devin Moran. Devin Moran in the Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports entry. Currently not yet in the show tonight. Sixth in the championship point standings. We had a couple of loaded B mains on Saturday night at Fairbury. There's the Brent McKinnon-owned car in the 26H. That is driven by Kyle Hammer. Kyle Hammer out of Clinton, Illinois. Now remember, it pays $1,500 to start the A main here tonight. So again, right now, 19 locked in. There's the 20 RT in the Big River Steel Hooker Trucking entry for Todd and Vicki Burns, SSI Motorsports out of Morgantown, Indiana. He now hails out of Martinsville, Indiana, which is just west of Morgantown, Indiana. That is Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT. Here's the 11 car. Had a good run the other night at Fairbury. In the Clyburn Tank Lines Roth Heating and Cooling entry, that is Spencer Hughes. Spencer Hughes, the Craig and Shannon Sims entry, that is from Meridian, Mississippi. The 99B going into turn 1. That'll be Rick Boom Briggs, back a regular this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania. And also on the track, as you can see the pair of 99s there, Moran and Boom Briggs. Also the 33-4, that is Billy Huff. Billy Huff headed into turn number 3. He's out of Thomasboro, Illinois. Made his debut with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here on Friday night.
James, just real quick, you've got 4 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series regulars in this B main, the highest in points. The 20 RT coming off turn 4, Ricky Thornton Jr., early season points leader with the series. After Fairbury Saturday night, he's fallen to 3rd in the point standings. You've also got 6th place in the point standings, Devin Moran in this B main. You have also got Spencer Hughes, who comes into the event 11th in the series point standings, and the 99B of Boom Briggs as well. Those are 4 of the 7 drivers in UNOH B main number 2 that is about to take the green here in this hot lap session.
Spencer Hughes, a good run on Saturday. He had a good run going last week at Florence. Started at the front row in the Route Latham Memorial and ended up in 15th. There's Ricky Thornton Jr. He had the announcer's jinx the other night. He was on the move up to 5th spot at Fairbury. Boy, some of the top point guys, a rough night at Fairbury with some DNFs. O'Neill, Thornton, Davenport. All did not finish the race. There's Boom Briggs. Boom currently sitting in the 19th of the championship point standings. There's Brian Shirley. And one of his good tracks here in the state of Illinois that he runs very well at, of course. A lot of experience here from Chatham, Illinois, just outside of Springfield. Kyle Hammer. Again, Brent McKinnon injured in a work accident. And he will be out for the rest of the year. So Kyle Hammer piloting the 26H. And Ricky Thornton Jr. here in Hot Laps, DirtDraft.com. Hot Laps 13-366-13366. So Ryan Unzicker, he was scheduled to start this B main. Some mechanical issues at Fairbury, and Mike Marlar had issues here on Friday. He'll take his points lead to Marshalltown tomorrow night in the Castro FloRacing Night in America event. And again, they will be there, Marshalltown, Iowa tomorrow night, Davenport, Iowa, and then the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt. We might as well, Dustin, just do an Iowa Speed Week next year. Illinois Speed Week's going to be successful this year. Again, let's do an Iowa Speed Week. We will be in Farley, Iowa, Friday, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Dustin will be joining me there, and also Saturday night at 34 Raceway.
James, you would not have to twist my arm very hard to do an
I know you plan to be at Stewart, Iowa tonight, so what am I,
And they rained out, so it was fate that I'm back here at Farmer City.
Is there a Bowman Gray, Iowa?
there is not a Bowman Gray, Iowa, but there are a lot of things in between as well. Well, James, as those B main cars have made their way back into the pit area, the stage is being set now for opening ceremonies in our first race of the night. Work to step aside here from the Performance Online Farmer City 74. This is MAV TV on FloRacing.
At Big River Steel, we've always been known as innovators. We dared to make new rules as the world's first flex mill, including supplying the auto and electrical industries with steels that other mills like us can't, all while showing what it means to be a sustainable steelmaker. We're proud to be the world's first and only LEED-certified steel production facility. Now, as part of U.S. Steel, we're committed to making steels that are best for all. You could say, it's the innovator in us.
Racing has always been in my blood. But that doesn't mean I didn't have to work hard. Or that we couldn't have a little fun. And a lot of fun to have. No matter the terrain or the vehicle. For whatever I do, General Tire delivers.
Protect the Harvest was created to defend and preserve American freedoms and to support farmers, ranchers, outdoor enthusiasts, and animal owners. Protecting agriculture, protecting our rights, our traditions, our rural way of life. Protecting America. To get involved, please visit our Facebook page or protecttheharvest.com. Support us by donating today. Protect the Harvest is a nonprofit 501c3 corporation registered in Missouri.
You were born for this. Where most people see a chore list, you see chances to do better work. Rhino mowers are built different from the inside out, making them the best tool for the job. Do your best work with a new Rhino 4155 Flex Wing mower and take on brush up to 4.5 inches in diameter. Rhino's 5150 Flex Wing takes down 5-inch brush with ease. Call your dealer now to take advantage of industry-leading engineering and helpful financing. You were born for this. Rhino, born to lead.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here on MAV TV on FloRacing from Farmer City Raceway in Farmer City, Illinois. The Farmer City 74. How appropriate, right off Interstate 74. You can see it from our vantage point. I'm sure from the camera, folks, you can see right here to our left. And we're looking forward. What a beautiful evening. I tell you, last night, if we were thinking about running last night, of course, that was, you know, we set it on tonight, but if we'd run yesterday on Mother's Day, by the way, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, that I'm sure they had a great day. If we couldn't have raced last night because it was raining and it was like 60 degrees when I went out of the hotel yesterday afternoon. So anyway, Lance Speaker's done a great job whipping this track into shape here, and it was heavy rain. I mean, the turns were, yeah, not good here on Friday night, but we're back here, and we're going to get this show in tonight to complete the Illinois Speed Week, the 2023 version. We hope it's back come next year. And, again, then we'll head west to Iowa coming up, northwest to Iowa. Here you see the fans gathered here tonight on a Monday night. We'd like to thank the University of Northwestern Ohio, UNOH, the official educational partner of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. If you're a young man, young woman, and you're thinking about getting into motorsports either as a driver or crew, I know Tegan Evans, she's a student at UNO. She's going to be racing with us on Friday night at Farley, Iowa. Great. I mean, there's always race teams, Tyson, that need help. Out on the road, I know we had an 84 delay in the 84 days in the off, but I tell you, once we get into the heat of the summer, come July, you'll be wanting a weekend off. But anyway, it's something enjoyable to do. And to travel with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, we've had several folks from UNOH that have done that, and it's just an awesome thing there to do. But for more information on the University of Northwestern Ohio, it's located in Lima, Ohio. They have their own racetrack, Lima Land Motorsports Park. Just go to unoh.edu. Be sure to check out the UNOH pit card on our midway at each and every Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event. As we see the B-Main, we will have a B-Main for the mods. They are staging right now. We'll have our pre-race ceremonies coming up shortly. Again, 19 cars after the first B-Main on Friday night, locked in the show after 4 heat races. Jimmy Owens is going to be on the pole tonight of the 74-lap main event, the second all-time winningest driver of the series with 80 wins. Gordy Gundaker alongside, looking for a career-best payday for him. He has not won a feature since July of 2020, and that was a 10K. Jonathan Davenport's going to be inside row 2. Hudson O'Neill alongside. Then McKay Winger and Dennis Erb Jr. row 3. Row 4 is going to be Dalton Wilson and Brandon Overton. Row 5 tonight will be Shannon Babb and Frank Heckenash Jr. Then it's Earl Pearson Jr. and Tim McCready. Jason Fager, Brandon Shepard, Kevin Weaver, and Tanner English. The 16 out of the heat races in the show. And then from that first B-Main, it'll be Max Blair, Garrett Alberson, and Tyler Erb will take the spot there out of that first B-Main. Now, again, we'll take 3 out of the second B-Main coming up, and then we'll settle in on the provisionals. See the staging area here at Farmer City. My first time here in about 20 years was here on Friday night. The last time I was here, Tyson, as I told you, was a Northern All-Star race won by Roger Long. Who else, right? Roger Long. And then I go to Fairbury Saturday. Hadn't been there. Did a Prairie Dirt Classic like 20 years ago. Bob Pierce won, and Bobby Pierce wins on Saturday night. Now, Bobby Pierce was here Friday night. Remember, he was leading the heat race. Fell off the track here on the front straightaway. Started the tail of a B-Main. Did not transfer. So he saving his car for Marshalltown tomorrow night and Davenport on Wednesday night. Our starts and restart zone tonight brought to you by Racing for Heroes. Racing for Heroes is a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering the lives of our nation's veterans through motorsports, health, wellness, and employment opportunities. Racing for Heroes helps veterans with post-traumatic stress, PTS, traumatic brain injuries, TBI, and drug addictions because of these neurological damages caused by trauma. Racing for Heroes provides veterans a place to improve their health and wellness with employment opportunities, all while incorporating engagement in motorsports as real therapy. And teaming up with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, of course, the last couple of years, getting the word out about Racing for Heroes. If you would like to do, they are a 501c3. They are a nonprofit organization. And to help out, just visit their website at racingforheroes.org. Racingforheroes.org, a very worthy organization that supports motorsports and our nation's veterans. Don't forget Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheeling coming up, and it's going to be next weekend. It'll be the finale of that. And again, Sunoco, thank you very much for coming on board again. 2,500, the top 15 in points. Down to 15th, they'll get 500. And Tyson Graves, I'm going to turn it over to you. As soon as we get the last pack truck off the racetrack, we'll be ready for opening ceremonies here from Farmer City, Illinois.
All right, if everyone could please rise and remove your hats, we'll start with tonight's invocation, followed by our national anthem. Let us pray. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, we want to thank you for this beautiful weather. We thank you that we're all able to come back here tonight and enjoy this great sport that we love. We pray, Lord, for your protection around all the drivers, all the crews, the Lucas team, and all the fans in the stands here tonight, Lord. We thank you for all of the military around the world that keeps us safe and gives us the freedom that we have here tonight to enjoy this great country, the United States. And we just pray, Lord, that you'll be with us, keep us safe once again. And we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, and through him we have eternal salvation. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All righty, Farmer City. Well, it's about 72 hours later, but we're ready to continue on with the Farmer City 74. And first off, we're going to have a B main with your Dirt Car UMP Modifieds, and we're going to punch the last few spots into tonight's feature event. And on the pole will be the number 73 out of Chicago, Illinois. It'll be Mark Rhodes, and on the outside it'll be the youngster from Fairbury, Lyndon Whitfield, in the 21. Inside row 2, it'll be Matt Fabrius in the OF out of Genoa, Illinois. And on the outside, it'll be Bryce Scheidler in the 64. Row 3, it'll be Taylor Luttrell in the 99 out of Riverton. And the 777, Trevor Neville out of Mackinac, Illinois. In row 4, Blaze Lewis in the 44X. And on the outside, the 14 of Ryan France. And then your final row may be made up of Cameron Pierce in the 26 and Troy Dotson out of Hammond, Illinois in the 21. So 4 cars will transfer to tonight's feature event, once again paying $2,000 to win. And this will be a good one. 4 cars will punch their ticket. The rest will have to go home. And this next time by, we're going to see the one to go, James, and we're going to get our program underway tonight. Like I said, we got a B main with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series yet to come to finish the final drivers that'll make the show for the Farmer City 74, $25,000 to win. And it's going to be weird not seeing Bobby Pierce in it. The inaugural winner of the Farmer City 74 didn't transfer the other night. Caution lights out. Here we go. We're going to punch the ticket for 4 drivers as they come off of turn number 4. Mark Rhodes, Lyndon Whitfield. They'll match the loud pedal, and we're underway. Monday night Raw modified style here at the Farmer City Raceway. Landon Whitfield on the outside will take the race lead into 3. Fabrius and the 777 of Trevor Neville. Trevor Neville started back in 6. He picks 2 off on the first lap there, and he's the final transfer car. He'll look to the inside of Bryce Scheidler, the 64, down the back straightaway. That's the battle on the racetrack. Right behind them, Fabrius and the 99 Electro. But here comes Trevor Neville. He's going to take Scheidler, moving up to 3rd. So the 777 and Neville's got around 3 cars. Now's the final transfer spot. Fabrius and the 64 of Scheidler will battle there. So it's Whitfall, Rhodes, Neville, and the 64 of Scheidler right now is your top 4. Here comes Matt Fabrius now. He's going to look to the inside. Look at him battle there for that final transfer spot. Luttrell wants to put his name in the box there as he looks to the inside of Scheidler. But Fabrius starting to pull away. Out front, it's Landon Whitfield. As he comes by this time, we'll see the cross flags. 5 in, 5 to go. Mark Rhodes with a good run here tonight in 2nd. And here comes that 777 of Trevor Neville. Fabrius right now rides in the final transfer spot. There's a good look at your leader, Landon Whitfield. Last year, his first time in a modified, looking good here in B main at number 1 with your open wheel modifieds. The 14 jumps the cushion, will stay green. There's a good look at the Chicago driver there of Mark Rhodes, currently looking good here in that 2nd spot. Laps are winding down, just 3 more to go. Trevor Neville will deal with the lap car of Cameron Pierce, so go to the outside. Down the back straightaway, Trevor Neville struggled here on Friday night, looking like he's going to move on, though, here as we come by 2 laps to go. That time by, Landon Whitfield, 2.239 seconds over Mark Rhodes. There's the Bullet chassis of Matt Fabrius, the driver out of Genoa, Illinois. Cruising right now in the 4th and final transfer spot as the yellow comes out. And that'll be for the 14 car. That's Ryan France and Lovington, Illinois driver. Turned the wrong way down there at the bottom of turn number 2. Bringing out our first caution of the night. And it'll be a 2-lap shootout. Track very heavy out there right now. But it's been all Landon Whitfield, excuse me, out front there. Good look at the 21, the driver out of Fairbury. Like I said, last year his first time in a UMP modified. Showed a lot of speed and looking good here tonight. Right behind him, Mark Rhodes in the 73. And then Trevor Neville, once again, after struggling on Friday night, looking good here. And then Matt Fabrius in the 0. Right now, your 4th and final transfer car. And then Tim Luttrell, the driver out of Riverton, Illinois, over by Springfield. Pierce, Ryan France. And then the 26 Cameron Pierce. Your final car. Here we go, 2-lap shootout. And then we'll go late model racing here with their final B main. Whitfield with a good restart there. Smoke coming out of the 73 machine. We'll see if he can hold on. Here comes Matt Fabrius. He's in that final transfer spot, but he's trying to get around Trevor Neville. The white flag flies. Neville and Fabrius. Tim Luttrell, he's got one more turn to try to get it done here. As they come off of turn number 4, it's going to be Landon Whitfield picking up the B main win. Rhodes is going to go, and Matt Fabrius will hold on for that final transfer spot. There's a good look at Landon Whitfield on that Ace-sponsored Pontiac RV machine. So Matt Fabrius in the 0 car, he's going on to the A main. So is Trevor Neville. Mark Rhodes in the 73, and then Landon Whitfield picking up the B main win. And we got our field set, James, for tonight's modified feature event. $2,000 on the line. And now it's time for you to set your field, James.
Thank you very much. Good job, Tyson. Glad to have you back with us tonight. On with everybody watching MAV TV on FloRacing from Farmer City, Illinois. First time ever, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We're going to get her in tonight. And coming up, we have one more preliminary to do, and that'll be the UNOH second B main. And again, we got the first B main in, and that's when we had the Frog Strangler here on Friday night, canceling or postponing the rest of the program. The second B main, yeah, that's where Turbo got his frog. I think he had it before it rained. Brian Shirley is scheduled to start on the pole. He is there, the 3S. He's out of Chatham, Illinois, and outside will be Ricky Thornton Jr., currently third of the series points. He's out of Martinsville, Indiana. Row 2, it'll be Devin Moran. He's out of Dresden, Ohio, currently sixth in the points. And on the outside in Brent McKinnon's 26H, that is Kyle Hammer. He's out of Clinton, Illinois. Rick Boom Briggs drives the 99B out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania. Spencer Hughes alongside of the 11. Ryan Unzicker, Logan Robertson, Rich Dawson, Logan Moody, Mike Marler of Scratch, Billy Huff is in the 33, -4. Ten laps, top 3 advance, and then we'll set the field for provisionals after this. So not yet in the show. Thornton, Moran, Hughes, Tyler Bruning, who was in the first B main the other night, Ross Robinson, who was in the first B main, and Boom Briggs. So right there, you got a shot to get maybe 2 in, possibly 3. We'll see how it pans out here after 10 laps. The Brandon Ford Pace Truck will lead the field here tonight. Our final preliminary before we have the field set for the Farmer City 74. In 74 laps tonight, $25,000 to win. Our 16th race of the season. Again, on our first 15 races, we have had a total of 10 different winners. The all-time record, by the way, is 22. Last year, we had 21 different drivers win main events, so we're off to a good start here for 2023 as we head to Iowa on Friday and Saturday at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series to invite everybody out to the great Hawkeye State of Iowa. Friday night, 300 Raceway in Farley, Iowa. Saturday night, West Burlington, Iowa, 34 Raceway. So the Brandon Ford Pace Truck led to the infield. 7 cars, top 3 advance to tonight's Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, Farmer City 74 at the Racing Ferrero start zone. It's Brian Shirley and Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton Jr. not a good start there. He stumbled in turn number 2. Devin Moran will go to second at 99. Here comes Kyle Hammer. He's got to make it in the 26H. Right now, down the back straightaway, Brian Shirley has the lead. The Bob and Lisa Cole and Thompson Express 3S car as they come out of turn 4, battling back here. Boom Briggs the 99B. Ricky Thornton Jr. the 20 RT. This is all for a higher starting spot in tonight's A main. 19 already in. 3 more out of this one will give us 22, and then we'll settle up on the provisionals. Boom Briggs working the bottom. Boom Briggs made the show at Fairbury the other night. Doing a good job here trying to stay with Ricky Thornton Jr. out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They ended 3. Boom on the bottom. Boom locks them up. They're side by side. They stay off of each other. Boom still in 4th. Thornton running in 3rd. Brian Shirley still out in front. In the 3S, he'll get pressure from Devin Moran down the back straightaway. Around this quarter-mile oval, Moran now on the gas out of 4. Shirley still leads. The 42-year-old out of Chatham, Illinois. Bob and Lisa Cullen out of Chilton, Wisconsin, the car owners. Right now, that battle for the 3rd and final spot still in doubt, as we will have 4 laps to go. 6 in the books. Boom Briggs trying all he can on the bottom of Ricky Thornton Jr. Spencer Hughes, who's had a couple of good runs here lately. Right now, Spencer Hughes in the point standings. He is 11th for car 11. Ricky Thornton Jr. third in the championship points, and boom, slips up just a little bit. Here comes Hughes on the bottom. Around the black dirt here at Farmer City. Now Shirley has about a 4-car length lead, comfortably out in front with 2 to go here in this B main tonight at Farmer City. So the top 3 are pulling away from Briggs and Spencer Hughes as Rick Isaacson, he'll wave the white flag. 1 lap to go for Brian Shirley. The lead right now is 9/10 of a second over Devin Moran, and Ricky Thornton Jr. runs in third. Final lap. And Brian Shirley out of turn number 4. He will start 18th in the A main here tonight. He wins the UNO8 second B main. Second's going to go to Devin Moran. Third will be Ricky Thornton Jr. pending the crossing of the scales. Grabbing third will be Ricky Thornton Jr. Second will be Devin Moran, and your winner. He's in the Thompson Express, Hoker Trucking, J&J Ventures Gaming, KBC Graphics, Aaron Mitchell, the crew chief on the Rocket Durham. Owned by Bob and Lisa Cullen, the 3S out of Chatham, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for your winner, Brian Shirley. Coming up next should be A main hot laps. So those 3 cross the scales. Ricky Thornton Jr. gets a thumbs up, so we'll settle up on the provisionals here in momentarily for tonight's A main. Again, 74 laps. And again, Brandon Overton. He was the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger on Saturday night at Fairbury from 21st to 4th, gaining 17 spots. By the way, the last 2 Lucas Oil races, Ricky Thornton Jr. at Florence last week started in 7th and got the win. Bobby Pierce Saturday night at Fairbury started 8th. Plenty of passing going on in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. We'll see how it pans out tonight. Again, Jimmy Owens and Gordy Gundaker are on the front row.
Well, James, how about Brian Shirley racing his way in through that second UNOHB main? That's exactly what he needed to do because he is not one of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series regular drivers. He would not have been high enough up in points to get a provisional for tonight's race. So Brian Shirley started up front. He had to race his way in, and that's exactly what he did. And Lady Luck continues to not deal a good hand to the 26H of Kyle Hammer. Not only did he not race his way into the show, that Brent McKim own entry has now suffered issues just before it made its way back into the pit area, and the wrecker is going to have to extract him from the speedway.
I believe the nose piece is folded up underneath the front there, DJ, as we see on our MAV TV on FloRacing cameras. Great job by Tiffany Swisher and all of our crew. And you see Kyle. Of course, Brent McKinnon, the car owner, and he has driven that car obviously very successfully the last several years. He was injured in a work accident, right, in the off-season, Dustin?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, I got injured in a work incident during the offseason, and that is what prompted the call to Kyle Hammer to drive the 26H for the foreseeable future. He's done an admirable job behind the wheel of that car. And if you've not seen Kyle Hammer for a little while, James, you wouldn't recognize him. He's down over 40 pounds now since the end of last year.
Yeah, to take his dad, Don Hammer, and Vic Hill in an engine lifting program, right? Wonder if they teach that at UNOH. They probably go up there and they'll teach them that. Here's with your bare hands how to take an engine out of a race car. But UNOH, as I mentioned, one of our great sponsors with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And like I said, a lot of great young men and young women go there and they want to get on the cruise. They want to drive. As I mentioned, Tegan Evans, the Iowa driver out of Clinton, Iowa. She'll be with us on Friday night. And she's back home for the summer, back in Iowa. And just a great school if you want to get involved in racing of any kind, to drive, work on crews, whatever you want to do, go to UNOH and get you hooked up with some of the race teams out there. I know Max Blair, he was looking for some crew, hired somebody, I believe, in the last week or so. So there you have it. There are all those people out there. It's a lot of hours, a lot of hard work. And to start off with, probably not a lot of pay. But, hey, you know, if you win a few races, you might get something out of it. Somebody buys your pit passes, right? You know. So we see those cars already locked into the show. They will be down here in the lineup chute. You see the 42 of McKay Winger. First ever attempt at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here on Friday night, made the show. And on the outside of him, the driver that led the points until Saturday night at Fairbury, running in second. Up in the wall in turn number 2, eliminated him from competition. Again, as I said, a rough night for the points possibility titleist here in 2023 at Fairbury's. McKay Winger out of Fairbury lead him out. Then Hudson O'Neill, the number 1 car. Then our pole sitter, Jimmy Owens, 4-time series champion and 3-time series champion Jonathan Davenport at 49. Another 4-time series champion, the 46 of Earl Pearson, Jr., the 111. Top rookie in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year, Chase Max Blair. Then 2-time and reigning series champion Tim McCready in 39. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year, the 58 of Garrett Alberson. The 28 of Dennis Erb Jr., the reigning World of Outlaws Late Model Series points. And we'll settle on the other half that will have their time on the racetrack here shortly. And Dustin Jarrett, how about Jimmy Owens comes in here on Friday night after Bobby Pierce slipped off the track, got the win in heat number 1 on the pole here tonight. His first top 5 finish for Kohler Motorsports came on Saturday night at Fairbury. So the wily veteran, as we call him, he is starting to heat up here a little bit.
Yeah, he absolutely is, and I tell you what, I think a lot of it has to do with that chassis change. You know, we talk a lot about chassis and everything, James, and really and truly when it boils down to it, and Jimmy will be the very first one in line to say this, a lot of it simply comes down to personal preference. He's tried a Longhorn a time or two, and look, Longhorns, I think anyone could admit, that's the chassis of choice right now. Jimmy just a little more comfortable in a Rocket, and it's really showing. He had a solid run going on Saturday night at Fairbury. He had a good run here obviously on Friday night. He's going to be the driver that starts on the terminal maintenance and construction pole. And alongside him, how about Gordy Gundaker? He went out and set fast time here on Friday evening. He won his heat race. The St. Charles, Missouri driver is going to roll off alongside Owens, and Gundaker going to lead him to the green in the Performance Online Farmer City 74.
Yeah, Gordy Gundaker looking for the sweep because he was the overall fast qualifier to 41 cars here on Friday night, won his heat race. He has never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race. We've had 3 drivers this year, as 2 drivers that have never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race till this year. Both of them were down at East Bay, Ryan Gustin and Ashton Winger, and Gordy Gundaker. His biggest win was 10K in a Summer Nationals race, and he has not won a race since, July of 2020, and I believe it was that race.
That's exactly right, James. He won the Dirt Car Summer Nationals race at Fairbury Speedway in July 2020, and that was the last win. He had now a lot of that, too. He's been out on the road, taking his lumps, getting seat time with, of course, the World of Outlaws Late Model Series as well, but I tell you what, it would do Gordy wonders to go out and grab himself a win here. It would be his biggest career win, as you mentioned, by more than double. I've talked to him a few different times. Man, he is unbelievably stoked for tonight's race. And, of course, he does well in these Illinois bull rings because of his time traveling with the Summer Nationals, and he does well in these longer races as well. He's a 2-time Herald Review 100 champion over at Macon Speedway. And I tell you what, to go out there and last 100 laps at Macon, let alone pick up a win, that is an accomplishment, my friend.
And another thing, the new baby that's coming in a few weeks is going to need a new pair of shoes, right, brother?
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right, Max Blair, the 111 car, running full-time with Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series for the first time. He comes in tonight 7th in the points and leading the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year race in that Briggs Transport 111. So I mentioned Brandon Overton 5 points ahead of Hudson O'Neill. And this season has been fantastic so far. 10 different winners in 15 races. And again, the Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheatland, which has been a great program for a number of years. It'll benefit 15 drivers in a couple of weeks at Wheatland. $2,500 to win at and on down. Great breakdown. $500 for 15th place. We'll do the Summit Super 12, and that'll be coming up in July. So a lot of drivers position themselves first to get into the top 15, then the top 12, and then we go from there. That final 4, the points are not reset at any time until the final race. The top 4 will be reset for Eldora, and they'll battle out for $200,000 to win the points. $150 for second, $100,000 after that. Yeah, $200,000, $150,000, $125,000, $100,000. There's McKay Winger, the 42 cars. And the number 1 car, the Swaybert Calf Ranch's Valvoline Durham powered entry of Hudson O'Neill. So in those cars already locked in. Again, that's half of them. Half four of them running in the lineup. Tim McCready at 12.619. Max Blair at 12.715. Earl Pearson Jr. at 12.821. Ashton Winger, not Ashton Winger, but McKay Winger at 12.850 in fourth right now. Then O'Neill Owens, Herb Jr., Alberson Davenport, and Dalton Wilson, who did a great job on Saturday night, second at Fairbury. I believe he's coming up in the next group. It'll be led up by the 99 JR. That'll be Frank Heckenash Jr. Frank Heckenash Jr. out of Frankfort, Illinois. Already locked in. He will be starting in 10th here tonight. Shannon Babb, the 18 of them, Weequahic, Illinois. He'll be starting alongside him. The 25, the Tumbling Dice out of Bloomington, Illinois. That is Jason Fager. 76, sporting the Midwest Shimano Lawrence Spoiler. That'll be Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia. The B5, the Valvoline entry. That is Brandon Shepard. True Timber Cambo entry out of New Berlin, Illinois. The 16 of Tyler Bruning out of Decorah, Iowa. The 1 of Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas. 18D, there's Dalton Wilson. And the Ratliff Racing entry, Longhorn, he comes to us out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The M&M Painting and Construction for Sean and Lisa Martin. That is Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky. The 7, the Stokely Materials entry of Ross Robinson. And the B12 of Kevin Weaver. In the Gamir Construction B12. Dustin Jarrett, how about Dalton Wilson the other night? Just came up short of the biggest win of his career. And he earned $15,000, by the way, for second. So hats off to him for a great run on Saturday night.
Yeah, and we got to double check that might be the biggest career earnings in an event that Dalton Wilson has. I'm not sure. I believe that might be. Again, you and I talked to the pit area earlier. We think the 10,000 is his biggest career win, and I'm sure that if we're wrong on that, social media will let us know. But equally as impressive is the fact that number one, that was only the second time Dalton Wilson had ever been to Fairbury Speedway, and number two, he didn't start up front. He had to come from 11th to grab that second spot. So you had Bobby Pierce from 8th to the win, Dalton Wilson from 11th up to 2nd, Brandon Shepard from 10th up to 3rd, and of course you talked about the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger, Brandon Overton from 21st up to 4th. Things definitely got fallsy in Fairbury, Illinois on Saturday night.
I tell you, Tyrell Todd's getting his money's worth this year, isn't he? I mean, he came on board with us this year. Former regular at the Battle of Bluegrass Dirt Car Series, and we welcome him to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. By the way, Dalton Wilson, Nick Hardy is the crew chief. Gentry Godwin and Hunter Bailey as well, turning the wrenches on that 18D car. Jeff Gullett from time to time, whenever he appears, he's helping Justin Ratliff. When Justin runs the open car and the crate car down in Kentucky. All right. Coming up next is modified features coming up next. And these drivers that are locked into the show, an opportunity for their hot lap session. Thank you very much. There you see Tyler Bruning. He will be the second provisional here tonight. It'll be Spencer Hughes, Tyler Bruning, Ross Robinson, Boom Briggs will be your emergencies here tonight. Clarify on the emergency provisionals for those that have not seen a Lucas Oil race. Other series have those as well. You don't get any money till you're past the start money. So tonight it pays $1,500 to start tonight's race here at Farmer City. So you get past that, then you start earning some money. But you do get full points. So just want to clarify that. Brandon Overton right here, 12.783. Brandon Shepard at 12.864. Kevin Weaver at 12.913. Tyler Bruning at 12.974. And DJ, it's good to see Kevin Weaver back with us tonight. First Lucas Oil race since he was inducted to the National Dirt Late Model Meet of Florence. He was running in that top 5, top 6 area Saturday night at Fairbury for a very, very long time.
Yeah, he absolutely was. He had a really good run going there for a while. Be interesting to see what Weaver does here. Of course, the B12, no stranger to Farmer City Raceway, right? And let's not forget as well that Kevin Weaver in that B12, he is actually the defending Farmer City Raceway track champ and picked up a win here earlier this year. So a lot of times you associate the Flatland Flash with Fairbury. Kevin Weaver knows his way around this racetrack also.
Well, Dustin, thank you. He'll be doing our winners, our Big River Steel podium interviews here in a little bit. Also reporting live from the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit here in just a little bit. Tyson and DJ, Heartbeat Hot Sauce coming on board this year, and they've got their money's worth. How about jalapeno? You like that? Hot sauce? Is that okay with you? Blueberry habanero. Mango habanero. Scorpion. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? Scorpion. How about lion's mane? What is that? How do you pronounce that? Pyra? I guess. Dill pickle serrano. Dill pickle serrano. All kinds of great stuff. Go to their website at heartbeathotsauce.com. How about the NASCAR number 44 habanero and the dark side of the grill shiitake?
James, I think you need to try the lion's mane pyro. That sounds like something that you would you'd sprinkle on your lunch one day.
I'm sure they have plenty of it at Ybor City down in Florida, don't they? Oh man. I hope Dale Byler and Davey Johnson are tuned in tonight watching, right?
Yes.
Did you see Davey Johnson? Of course, we mentioned the Masons. We got to get him back to East Bay one more time next year, right? David Juice has to come. His son-in-law, Ziggy, has to get him a car, and it has to be 1J, right?
It has to be. He's got 2 opportunities next year at East Bay, and then that's it.
$50,000 to win there in October. Well, the Modified A Main is coming up next. And Tyson and DJ, we're going to take a brief break. Again, we'll be live with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series back at a few short days, Friday night from 300 Raceway in Farley, Iowa. DJ and I will be on the call for that, and then we'll be back on Saturday night as well, teaming up at West Burlington, Iowa. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here on MAV TV on FloRacing. We'll be right back from Farmers City.